Really low water today. She loves the grass. It's so green. You see, on a normal year, you'd have water here trickling through the wood, but it's so dry. The reservoir is probably 10 feet below normal. We're about to go to another reservoir down the river that is extremely low. Once we get a good look at this. Right here you can see a small leak in that big crack, dripping a bit. Now this right here, the discharge, is extremely loud. There's more water leaking right here out of the cracks. Bunch of iron oxidizing bacteria. That discharge is awesome. They only have one of them open. A bunch of people fishing right below it. A lot of crumbling concrete. Look at all that crumbling of this dam. Really crumbling above where I am. Now it was easy to get down right here. There's like all kinds of grooves to put your feet in. But right here, it's slippery, slimy, and there's random pieces of rusted cable sticking out of the ground. You see that? That is just awesome. It's so loud. They only have one of them open. There's one over there, and they have the spillway. The water is not deep enough in the reservoir to really use the spillway. This mist feels amazing. It's about 55 degrees, but it still feels awesome. Not gonna get any closer. It is really slippery on these rocks. Take a look at these bubbles. These bubbles are actually pretty cool. It's all made up of iron oxidizing bacteria. Kind of looks like something you'd find in a coral reef. Looks like some kind of moth, butterfly. Orange and nasty right here. There you go. Looks like it's much easier to get down the other side. Not sure if there's a parking lot on that side. All right, here we are at the next reservoir, south of the last dam we were just at. Caution, lake ahead. Be alert for possible thin ice. Now you can see the water is usually right here to the top line. The water has dropped back so far to the bottom of the boat launch. Like here, this is the end of the new boat launch. It looks like the older one went further, but even beyond that, it's dropped even further. There's nothing down this far. You can see tire tracks of people still backing in to put their boats in the water. Just take a look at how low this is. It's gotta be at least 12 feet. Because right now my head's level with the new boat launch. Water's still pretty nice. We're gonna go for a little walk here. Something is definitely going on today. On my way back, I must have seen 36 emergency vehicles go by. Ambulances, a fire vehicle, mostly police cars, state troopers, a few border control. Something big's going on up there. This is certainly the place to be if you want to go skipping rocks. There's so much really thin shale. Oh, got 3 skips out of that one. That was a pretty thick piece. But some of these really thin ones, so you can just break them apart. They become so thin. Look at that one's real thin. That one went pretty good. That was awesome. That one went like 8 times. Ton of asphalts from somewhere. A lot of asphalt just laying around. Probably washed out from the road up there. Just got to take this into perspective. That big rock there is ordinarily underwater. Maybe just the top is showing. Looks like it'll be a great jumping rock when this would be full. Ordinarily, you wouldn't be able to walk around this thing. These reservoirs are really low. You might be thinking, why are they so low? They have dams to keep the water restricted here. Couldn't they just close it more? Well, not really. The water's not coming in fast enough, so they have to release it faster than it's coming in to run all their electric turbines to make electricity. Because this reservoir is not meant for drinking water. It's to run a hydroelectric plant. They will just keep draining it until it's gone, until they can't make power anymore. They would ordinarily have their dock, but there's nowhere to put the dock. They'd have to build another anchor down there. So it looks like this year their portable dock went completely unused. Here's the spillway. The damage on the surface of the bridge looks like it's from years of tire chains and tire studs. Okay, no vehicles beyond this point. We can walk up on top of the dam, and then we can go check out where it's discharging. Completely dried up. That little trickle we saw down going under the bridge is leaking through under the concrete or just simply through the ground. Look at how low the reservoir is. It would usually be at the top of these wood slice gate. That is awesome. You can see the entire bottom of the reservoir. This would be the place to go with a metal detector. I'm sure years of people have been dropping things off this bridge. This is nice. Look how they have it hooked up. See that? You can remove the bolts, lift that up. I guess for emergency release, you can just drop those. It's where we just were, the bridge down there. I'm not sure how the microphone's picking up, but it is windy up here. Here we go. This is cool. She can stay there. I'm not going to force her to come up on this stuff. And there's a gate. No reason to come out there anyways. Not sure why it's gated. There's a nice, easy trail out to the road. That's the fire department, that big white building. I don't blame her for not wanting to come up these stairs. You know, I bet there's all kinds of stuff trapped, like little crayfish in these pools. Probably a bunch of fish trapped. Look at that, there's an entire island out there. The water just disappeared around it. Well, if there is anything living in those pools, it's gonna die. Those little puddles and pools of water, they're gonna freeze solid in another month or two. There's a gauge right there. Come on. All right, let's get on top of the main dam and check it out. Dam is huge. It's probably half a mile to the other end of it. All right, here we are on the main structure of the dam. That spillway is probably 1,000 feet behind us. Oh, wow. Didn't even notice that guy. It's a big old seagull up there. It smells nice up here. All that fresh cut grass is blowing up the hill. That's where we came in. It's a big loop down the road, and that's where it's discharging. We have reached the end, and now we're going down. All of this here, there's an ATV trail that goes around it. Looks like there's a few culvert pipes on the way. Check out the bumps on this road. It's an access road for the dam, but also open to ATVs. Right here, looks like there might be a culvert pipe. There's definitely some trickling. I think the end of it is actually there, and the pipe is just to collect water that is slowly seeping through the dam. You see along it they have all those sensors, just in case it detects a part that might give. You can even hear water trickling through that hole. It's an old dam. Most likely it's granite box or concrete that's durable. So what you're seeing coming out down below is the entire Connecticut River. All the water They have to keep a certain amount of flow coming out. So up here, the water doesn't look low. She is terrified of that noise, that loud thunder noise. Just take a look at the whirlpools there. That is awesome. Let's look down here. That turbulence is just awesome. Look at that. Look at that, there's people down there fishing right in the middle of the river. The Connecticut River is not filling it as fast as it's leaving, so the reservoir is very low to keep electricity on as they make power here. That is cool. Here we are at another dam, a little downstream. They don't want us walking out, checking this one out. So we can just look from the top of the stairs. Let's go check out that old train bridge that they've turned into a rail trail. It's mostly for ATVs and dirt bikes, but you can walk it or bike it. Save this one for last only because it's under construction and we can't get a view of all around it. Right now driving, I'm back to my normal camera mode. If you noticed, I was using panoramic view for filming the other dams. Just can't do it on the road because it shows my whole tripod. Let's get a quick look. We can't walk around it. You can see they're doing some kind of construction. Here we are, we're back out walking along these trails most likely made by fishermen. Maybe moose, other animals. Take a look at how dry the reservoir is just because it hasn't been raining. This is the Connecticut River. It's extremely small this far up. Looks pretty nice. Yep, we're probably lost 5 feet of water compared to where it would normally be. Because usually you'd have water going right over the top of that. Maybe we can take a ride up here after a rainstorm. Do it in maybe another year. Hopefully the Canada border will be open again. Then we can go further up. Canada border is about 10 miles north of here. Got a little bit of construction going on right there. They're not even working on the dam, they're like digging next to it. Car's telling me I have to put on my seatbelt. It's the passenger seat sensor because the dog is there. She's now heavy enough that I have to click the seatbelt to get that to shut off. It stops after a few minutes.